everyone, and welcome back. Yes, back after a 2-week hiatus to Super Mario Odyssey. Now, last time we found all the Power Moons in the Mushroom Kingdom, and I've been doing some coin grinding for the skeleton costume, which we'll pretty much get in today's episode, as well as get enough Power Moons for the rematch against Bowser. Now, obviously I've been taking a break from this series and just thinking if I should cancel this episode because ever since I've beaten the game, it's kind of been the same where I just go to every kingdom and just collect the Power Moons I missed. And I've kind of lost a little bit of faith in continuing the series. But I just decided to come back and decide to record the episode now. But now we have finally gotten enough for the skeleton costume. And we just wasted all of our money for this one costume. So we're just the skeleton, basically. But one thing, we could actually make it a samurai skeleton, which is interesting. We could, of course, go with our usual pirate skeleton as an undead pirate, or we could go for the king skeleton. We can go with that. But it kind of looks a bit weird with the mustache somewhat. I mean, not to mention, I also want to get this episode out of the way before the upcoming DLC comes out this February, I think. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends, and without further ado, we can, start off this episode. So now I got the last Power Moon in the Lake Kingdom. I've been collecting some in the wooded and the, Lake Kingdom off camera. So now we can pretty much see what happens with the last Power Moon in every area. The Odyssey sail turned gold. A new portrait of Bowser appeared in the wedding hall. Interesting. So obviously we have to go back to the Moon Kingdom. We can just go all the way to the wedding hall. Actually, before we just start, let's just say, how about we grind for coins so I can get an extra heart? Extra 6 hearts for the rematch. I mean, it's just like all the other rematches against some of the bosses. This one's probably a lot harder than the original. So I just want to make sure to that I have enough hearts before I actually go ahead and fight Bowser. Alright. Now I was able to get the extra heart. By the way, I forgot to remind you that recently I made a new series or Let's Play actually, since now I'm calling them Let's Plays instead of gameplay series. And recently I made a new Let's Play of none other than a Sonic Adventure. And if you haven't seen the first 2 episodes yet, I'll put the playlist in the link of the description below. And since those coins respawn, let's get them. Before we actually go and fight Bowser. What a super scary painting. You're right about that. It is scary, but we have to go fight who's in that painting anyway. And we just go right to the arena. And this is slightly different. Crashing the wedding, Mario? That's tacky even for you. And are you trying to scare me with that totally scary costume? Well, it didn't work alright. And you weren't invited. Well, it is totally scary, alright. I know you're afraid, Bowser, so don't try to hide it. So now it's time for you to make like a Balquet and get thrown out. Alright, so get ready, Mario, so we have another fight against you. Carry that. Alright, so I wonder what makes this fight somewhat harder. Oh, I didn't punch him enough. Get over here. Oh, I jumped too early. Yeah, this is a lot harder than usual. Now he actually lost his guard. Oh no, the color changed. Oh no. You're not going anywhere, Bowser. You're going to die right now. And that will be today. At least I discovered I could jump over them now. Alright, you're going to die, Bowser. How many hits is it going to take for me to convince you to stop? That was it. So that's the rematch against Bowser, I guess. But I forgot, it isn't over. We still have... They're probably alright. But as always, we still have this awesome scene of us taking control of Bowser. We got our 6 extra health back. now we know the way we need to go, and this, I've been wanting to say something that I forgot to say in the first time I did this, and I think it's safe to say Bowser needs his own game, just centered around him. I mean, yes, I know Bowser's Inside Story had that entire game mainly focused on just Bowser, but, I feel like he needs an actual game, just about him. And this area alone is just proof of that. Could you imagine having boss fights against Mario and his friends as he goes on a mission to try to capture Peach? I mean, I'd really buy that game. I mean, if you think about it, most of the other Mario characters already have their spin-offs, like Yoshi having his spin-offs about the Yoshi story stuff and Woolly World and everything. But, and Peach having her own spin-offs, such as Super Princess Peach, the game that people barely seem to, talk about. But, what if Bowser actually had his own game? Where him and Bowser Jr. just try to go on a mission to capture Peach. And we could have optional missions to play at the Koopa League. Oh, I got hit, but that's okay. This place is going to collapse. So we better escape quickly while Pauline sings this nice song for us. And we're out. And then she just said no. No! Nobody believes in me and you. Just look at the way they stare. So what if we live in a world? As long as I've got you, then I don't care. Pick up the wall and take the plunge. Tripping through 2 dimensions. Up on the moon. Just lead the way. Open my head in the ring, 'cause you're the one. We're caught in 3 dimensions. Follow the brick that's to my heart. And there we go. What's it gonna start? That's the Bowser rematch, I guess. It's basically a slightly harder version of the boss we just did back in part 17, I think. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it now. For the series as of now until the Luigi Balloon Battle DLC comes out. That's it for now. So I'm going to just, I'm just going to change it back into my normal outfit. And for now, the DLC is over. For now, the series is somewhat done until the DLC's release. So now we're back to the Cap Kingdom. The very first kingdom we were in. Actually, I think I know a much better place. And for me, one of my favorite kingdoms is in the game. And we're obviously going to the Seaside Kingdom. Since for me, that was my favorite kingdom in the game, next to the Metro Kingdom. So, yeah, I'm going to end off this episode here. So far, if you enjoyed this Let's Play for now, and if you enjoyed this video and it's the first one you've seen, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.